down. The love, sex, and romance readings are out on Rumble, and so are the spiritual readings. For the love, sex, and romance readings, some of the decks I use there, the Romantic Tarot is run-of-the-mill. That's what I use mostly. I like that deck very much, so that's one that is always in the mix on the love, sex, and romance readings. The second deck that I used there was the Love, Sex, and Magic cards. A lot of people own them. Again, I'm not necessarily a card reader, but an energy reader, so I use the cards as a guide to help me explain the energy that I get. So Love, Sex, and Magic cards. Then I also have the Casanova Tarot, which is very much brings me up into X ratings for a lot of my 18 plus videos there. If I have the Casanova deck, I'm putting in 18 plus. So, and I appreciate those cards as well. I have to kind of tone down from the imagery to keep it more general. It's never general with those pictures, but nonetheless, there's those three. There's also the Infinity Masculine deck, which is a deck that I created. It's a tarot deck based off tarot. And then there's the Infinity Feminine, which I use as a clarifier. And that one as well was created by me. Very similar. It's kind of run-of-the-mill stuff there. It's hard to get, you know, romantic, intimate tarot. I'm in the works of making an intimate deck, an infinity intimate. But it's not completed, and I had hiccups in the past here, and I really want to perfect it in a way that I kind of, with my first two decks, I kind of got the idea of what I wanted. So this one I think is going to be an oracle deck, not based off tarot, but nonetheless more on the intimate side to bring out certain energies there. So I want to perfect it in a way, so that's going to take a while to complete, but hopefully that will be in line for next year here. Nonetheless, masculine, feminine decks. What other clarifier? I can't even remember what the clarifier was for the romance. What I used. Did I use the Power of Surrender? I might have. I can't remember now, but I think I used they're showing me the Fortune deck. The Fortune deck as a clarifier and whatnot to kind of generalize an energy to focus on the reading with. So those are out. And then for the spiritual readings, those were pretty in-depth. Again, if you're fighting a spiritual war, go in there. Hopefully these readings will help you siphon between the good and the bad in some kind of way. That was my purpose anyway. The Isis deck is one that I use quite heavily, and also it pulls a lot of past life, like otherworldly energy for me. That's what it pulls in. Then I use the House Wisdom in the House of Night cards that was gifted to me, and it's pretty good energy in there. Like there's a lot of stuff that's otherworldly there as well that peeks in and out of certain cards, but it gets to the root of stuff. Yeah, it is a more darker, heavier energy, but a lot of people are going through dark and heavy energy, so this is good for pulling that to illuminate that. Another deck that I used was the Gaia deck, which is Ray Van Philad. That's a deck that I enjoyed. The graphics are awesome and whatnot, and they pull a lot of higher energy for me in the field. So again, those ones work well with the Isis cards. And then I use the Zodiac to clarify. The Zodiac reading cards, they're kind of an oracle deck. It goes through the sun, moon, and eclipses of all the signs and brings out energy that's pertinent. And then also the Book of Shadows, the Above deck. I use that in the spiritual readings because it taps into that higher energy field as well. So another one I used was the Wood Voice of the Trees. It's a little deck, has only like 20-30 cards in it. But it's very grounded energy, and I usually use them for work readings or for I just felt like bringing them into the spiritual readings. There was a lot that was correlating there. So those are good grounded. There's not enough of them for me. I like grounded cards like that, but nonetheless. So those were some of the cards that I was utilizing. Also the chakra deck. I'm remembering as I'm shutting it down. The chakra deck I'll probably be using more of in the future once I get a little more accustomed to that energy field. I've kind of been avoiding the chakra system, but I can't do it. I can't avoid it no more. It's becoming more pertinent for people to understand, including me. So I had to do a little more research and look into that a little deeper in order to really get the most out of those cards. But I'm introducing them in anyway. And a lot of times what I get, I can't verbalize, so it becomes very simple because I like to keep things simple, but those cards will be coming out more in the future. So those are the cards that I use. The romance and the spirituality, they're all out on Rumble. So have a look, see. Again, the spiritual readings are very deep and some of them kind of shocking as well, but they're there to help you decipher good from bad and instinct from non-instinct. Hopefully that does that for you. And the romance readings, well, they're going to be all over the place until things settle down maybe by fall if we're lucky. So yeah, they're all out, ready to go. So take care, guys. Have fun and be kind. And my plan is to see you more this summer. I'm getting into a routine here, so hopefully when I do that, there'll be a systematic way that all my videos will come out. I plan to do at least one set a month. So take care, keep your eyes peeled. I'm planning to do commercials for each one. So if you see the commercial, that means all the videos are out. So take care, have fun, and be kind, and we'll talk to you soon.